We'd also avoid taking... I've seen it coming at me, it's too quick. Right, we'll go get him on a thing now. So, you've secured your summer camp home. Your camp may have provided you with a list of some handy items to take with you. So now is the time to start thinking about packing. We've already discussed the basics of what to pack for camp, which you can find the link to in the description box below. Now we're going to address what not to pack, as an expert at overly packing. First thing we have is hairdryers. Not only will these take up an unnecessary amount of space in your suitcase, they'll also add to the weight. Chances are you'll be so busy at camp you won't even have time to dry your hair. And thanks to the hot American summers, the sun should do the trick. I personally wore my hair in braids all the time whilst I was at camp. Next we have an excessive amount of bags. You'll only have a certain amount of space in your bunk or lodgings at camp, so you don't want it to be full to the brim of luggage. And keep in mind travelling. You don't want to be lugging 3 or more bags with you. In my experience, I found that a suitcase and a hand luggage item was plenty. Don't be like me and take 4 or more bags. It's a lot to carry around. Another thing is excessive amounts of clothes. Your camp may have a uniform policy in place, which means that when you arrive at camp, they'll provide you with a uniform that you'll wear throughout the summer. There will be laundry facilities on camp, so you'll be able to wash your clothes ready for the following week. I'd recommend taking clothes that are comfy and non-restrictive. And you can take a couple of nice outfits for your days off and for travel after camp. We'd also avoid taking large toiletries. Camp will arrange trips to places like Walmart or Target where you'll be able to pick up some added extras when you get to camp. I'd recommend taking some miniature versions just for your first week and then picking up some larger versions in your 2nd or 3rd week at camp. Now we're going to talk about laptops and large electronics. Try to avoid taking things like laptops, computers and electronic equipment. We would hate for anything to get broken or lost whilst at camp, and the chances are you would have to replace that yourself. A camera would be a great thing to take with you to capture all of those summer camp memories that you're going to make. But don't worry about taking any fancy devices. We don't want to risk any mishaps, and chances are a mobile phone camera, or my personal favourite, a disposable, would just do the trick. Another thing to keep in mind is valuables and expensive items. Expensive items like designer bags or clothes may get lost in the busyness of camp, and especially when travelling. And believe me when I say, no one will be looking at what brand of clothing you're wearing whilst you're at camp. I recommend taking clothes that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty or overworn. Comfort is key on those days that you're extra active and on your feet for long periods of time. Valuable items such as jewellery can also be very sentimental, and it would be such a shame if you were to lose something whilst at camp. I would recommend leaving anything that you hold near and dear to you at home, just for your own peace of mind. I hope that you found this helpful and learned some very useful packing tips. If you have any questions on what to pack or any suggestions on what not to pack, then leave a comment below.
If you like this video and you want to see more camp and travel content, make sure you like this video and hit subscribe.